So back when I was in school, there was definitely some things I liked, like the Bosco sticks, sometimes the lunch pizza they served. But I felt like school lunch was already pretty risky with most of the meals that they tried to serve. But now it seems like students need to be asking the question on whether or not their brownies or their chocolate cake that they get for lunch isn't mixed with a little bit of topsoil, if you know what I mean. So there was a school in Maine who is now apologizing after there was students who were accidentally served baked dirt in their lunch charity event. And somehow, this still might not even crack the top 10 worst school lunches that have ever been served. It actually might be a little bit better than a lot of school lunches still. But this incident happened in a place called Meadowmack Valley High School, and that's located in Waldoboro, Maine, where students were conducting a science experiment involving sterilized potting soil, where basically they baked the dirt for a plant growth experiment to see if it affected the way the plants grow at all, I'm assuming, which already sounds like some kind of weird origin story for some kind of like mud pie themed supervillain. But the real problem with this whole event started when the trays of baked soil that they were using for those experiments got left in the school kitchen right around the same time that there was food being prepared for a charity dinner that was called the Empty Bowl Supper that the school was having. And apparently, somebody in the kitchen looked at the tray of baked dirt and thought, yep, this must be the brownie mix. This must be the dessert. This is what I'm going to decide to bake for these kids. And then it got to the students, and they started taking bites of their food and realized that there was something very wrong with what they were eating, which honestly raises another question. What school dessert looked bad enough for somebody to believe that it was actually dirt instead and get it mixed up? Like, that's kind of crazy to me. I feel like they should know better. The school principal quickly apologized to everyone and stated that the mix up was completely an accident and it was no way, shape, or form any kind of prank. She also explained that in a rush to get the food out quickly, the dirt was mistakenly brought out to the serving table before the staff realized that it was a mistake and they ended up removing it. But obviously, it wasn't quick enough because some of the kids ended up still eating some of the dirt. So imagine being a kid who kept eating because you thought, man, the cafeteria brownies really fell off this year, you know? Imagine you just don't even suspect it and your shit just gets mixed up with dirt and you just keep on chowing down. Thankfully, nobody was seriously hurt or has a stomach full of dirt that they had to get pumped out. But the story instantly went viral because it honestly sounds like less of a school event and more like an episode out of some kind of weird sitcom wrote by an exhausted teacher. But somehow, even with kids eating dirt that was mistaken for some kind of chocolate brownie, this isn't the weirdest school incident that we've had recently. In New York, there are officials that are investigating a 28-year-old woman accused of being a teenager to enroll in a high school. And maybe I'll cover that in the next video, honestly. I think that sounds really interesting. But also in Georgia, there was an 8-year-old that got suspended because staff considered his tiny Lego creation a weapon. So at this point, schools are accidentally feeding dirt, arresting fake teenagers, and declaring war against Lego bricks. So you tell me, does all that sound like a good time to you? Would you rather eat mystery cafeteria meat, or would you rather be stuffing your face with a freshly baked dirt cake? I would love to know. I wanted to cover this because it seemed like a pretty interesting incident, and I just thought it was kind of goofy. So yeah, I just wanted to bring a little bit of lightheartedness to the table and tell you guys about something that was a little silly. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. You guys can also check out my content if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, peace out, guys.